Future plans, man. What you got planned for the future?
So right now, I like you, man. I think that I'm about to turn 52 years old.
That
I'm
young,
a
huh?
firm believer that we live, more than what we got. We live more than in the past, right? 52. I don't think I'm gonna be 102 years old, right?
Well,
So what's left of our life, we had to enjoy it, man.
there you go.
I think right now I've been again humble and I just been appointed by the Secretary of the Army as a civilian aide for Central Texas. So this, as a retiree, give me the opportunity again to have a larger platform, right? A direct line to voice opinions of a soldier here in Central Texas, directly to the Secretary of the Army. And again, you people, that position itself is a blessing, right? And humble for me because it's not. First of all, it's not too many sergeant majors, and in fact, I think senior enlisted maybe about 3, and they on the 100 years of existence.
Yeah.
But it gave me the platform to still do what I love to do, right? Just taking care of soldiers, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. And of course, I still train. I volunteer my time training in the local gyms around the area, the art of the sweet science of boxing. It keeps me young. It keeps me in some halfway decent shape.
Yeah.
But like I told you earlier, I think surrounded by people and these type of sports give you an energy. It's a certain amount of energy when you're around these young guys. And again, the same approach and mentality I have as a leader in the Army, I think is the same approach I use with these fighters, trying to get best out of them, trying to motivate and inspire them, and the fruits of their wins, right, and challenge they have within the cage of the ring. You there with them also. So that along with I got a grandson now, right, 6-year-old little man that is full of energy right now, and it's burning up a hole in our pockets.
There you go.
But I think that is what's life, man. The future for me is just to live life, man. I think that I love my father. My father was a working man that moved from Puerto Rico to New York early late 50s, worked an entire life. And then raised all 4 of us and all that good stuff as kids.
Yeah.
But I wanted to have a different approach, man. I believe that having material things is great. Having a comfortable life is good, but it's more important about enjoying life, brother. You see what I'm saying? And enjoying life. And sometimes you guys a roller coaster ride, right?
Yeah.
Good times and bad times.
Yeah.
But that's my purpose in life, man. If I'm not sure if I'm going to join the workforce as 100% workforce.
Yeah.
Don't need it, thank God, right now. But my life is about enjoying it, man. Enjoying it, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you, dude, find ways to enjoy life.
That's it.
Because we're not getting no younger, right?
Yeah.
We on the lower end of our life. Everybody talk about 50 years old, people are young. I said, well, I'll tell you right now, my man. I don't feel young when I wake up in the morning.
Absolutely,
but I got you.
I got you.
So that's my plans, man. I think right now this position I have with the civilian aid Secretary of the Army is a good position for me to help some individuals, help some soldiers, and be a voice for the soldier. I think if one thing I learned from being in the Army, when it came down to promotions, it was not about the status or the position.
Yeah.
It's about how louder my voice can be heard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now with this position, it got a little more louder than the average, I guess, person, right? And it's great. It's great to just have the ability from being that kid. I grew up in Brooklyn, raised in Puerto Rico, 31 yards. If you was to ask me, or anyone, right, I was in this position to be talking to the Secretary of the Army. It's incredible, right? It's incredible because the journey, you don't know how it's going to end, right? And that's something we cannot control. But now that I'm here, I can promise you this, man. I will never change. I will adjust the situation, but my own purpose in life now is to help soldiers, help the community, help Central Texas, and be the voice for the soldiers, for the higher command, man.
I love it, man. I love it. That's amazing. So first and foremost, congratulations.
Appreciate
I've
it.
seen when you posted that message on Facebook, and I said, my goodness, I couldn't think of a final person that would happen to. Like that position was made for you. And so I know you're going to do just like you did in your military career. I know you're going to do an excellent job, and you're going to serve the people of Central Texas and those soldiers well. You mentioned the journey. I just got to ask the question. Do you ever stop sometime and take a look back and say, man, look at where I came from?
I don't like you, man. I do.
Yeah.
And it is humbling.
Yes.
Because like we spoke earlier, for many reasons, right? I believe I'm not perfect by no means. I'm not the best. And there were so many mentors of mine that were so great and so good.
Yeah.
And they never made it to even E8s or E9s, right?
Yeah.
And like I told you, we spoke earlier, sometimes I feel embarrassed just because I, particularly passed them, right? In the terms of rank in the military. But, they always bring back to reality and say, because of course, just like I'm proud of my soldiers achieving success, they on the same token, right? So Fuentes, I'm proud of you, this and that. I don't see it that way, right? But you sit back and you start looking at achievements and what you've done in life and where you're going and where you've been. When people say, well, I didn't know who you was. And then I looked up in Google and I'm like, man, you're looking at Google for me. That's weird, right? You know what I'm saying? That's extremely weird. But yes, you look back, man. But I think I don't like you, man. If you look in the office right now, I got, the guidance of first sign, when I was the first sign, battalions, Honduras, all that good stuff. And it's full of memories, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's full of good memories, because I will not put nothing around me that will remind me of something crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I look back and my journey is full of great memories, of great people. And you're always going to meet those guys that, I always say this, right? You're going to meet people that you wish you never see them again, right? But even those,
we can talk about those afterwards. We can talk about those afterwards.
Even those you learn from, right?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I'm telling you, my journey and looking around and pausing and just taking a breather, like you may say, and look back and say, what things I accomplished. I say this, I even at this position now, I'm the same guy, man. I'm the same guy. And for those that know me as a young soldier, you remember Gates, man? Walter Gates?
I do.
Okay. If I tell you, me and Walter Gates were roommates when I was in Germany. My first roommate was Walter Gates.
Really?
Yeah. So I know Gates my entire military career, right? Okay. And he told me, he called me. He never said Fuente. He called me fool, right? For whatever reason. He said, "Fool, man. Man, remember those days, man?" I was like, "Listen, man. It's incredible that we are even talking about the old days." But it's a journey, man. It's memories, and I stop, but I think I don't stay there too long, right?
Yeah.
Because I believe that every time, again, going back to what I say, every time somebody call me for either advice or run, I got this plan, what you think, or anything that had to do with close to be still a mentor, that is what humbles you the most, right? Because this person is taking time to calling you to find out because they trust you that much.
Absolutely.
Not even in the game. So yeah, I stay there once in a while and I appreciate everything it is, but more than anything is those memories that I created, man. Yeah. Those are the things that, there's no value in terms of monetary value. There's not like something that will pay back other than me giving back to people, man. So
Absolutely. No, that's perfect. I love that. And really, that was the point. Because we talked about a lot. You've done a lot. You've accomplished a lot. You have great relationships. And sometimes, just kind of going back from our previous discussion, sometimes we sit still and thoughts may creep here and there, whatever the case may be. And, sometimes you may just like do a turn and look at your wall and look at someone. And that kind of brings you back to reality, because the portrait of your life has a lasting, joyful memory, regardless of which version you look at. They're nothing but joyful, lasting memories. and you go there because that can be your safe place. Go there, revitalized, and then come back and get in the fight. And so but you're absolutely correct. There is no better feeling than serving somebody else. I promise you. I don't even know why it makes sense. It just does. So
absolutely. Never forget where you came from, right? Never forget how you got
here.
I used to tell, if you used to walk, because all this stuff that I have in my wall here, the first time, after I retired, put stuff up. But I remember in my Sergeant Major's office, I used to put my AEN, my first AEN. That's the only thing I wore that I had, right? And I had a bunch of pictures. And I did it for a purpose. First, it's a reminder who I was, who I am, how I got here, right?
Yeah.
But to show everybody that walked in there, man, I'm just regular as you, my man. I'm just like you. And everybody, of course, typically you walk into people's offices, Sergeant Majors, all these awards that typically Sergeant Majors have, and I had my little lonely AEM from Germany there, and it was a good talking point.
Yeah.
But it more than anything, it reminded me where I came from, man, and who I am as a person, and how I achieve where I'm at, because I didn't change, I adjusted. But this is the way of paying forward, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what life is all about as a leader.
Now, I don't know. You probably just gave it to us just now, but give me some final thoughts. I mean, that was perfect. But I mean, what would be the final thoughts that you would leave for the people? I mean, if you give us more than that, they got a book already. So
hey, as crazy as it sounds, trying to write a book, man. They've been on my case for that for a long time, man.
You should, man. I see it.
It's crazy. I've been many people and talking about a book, and I started it, but it's extremely difficult to write a book. But I'll tell you about this. This is my whole thing. Always remember where you came from. Always be willing to help somebody else.
Yeah.
Understand the concept of teamwork in any corporation, any organization, any way of life. When you use the teamwork approach, things are gonna get better, right? It was never gonna be it never should be about you, right? I always got this saying about just when you talk to people, don't talk to them, talk with them. And I think that that is my whole thing, man. I believe that a lot of people say, well, once you make certain rank, you have to change. No, not really. I didn't change at all. What I did, I adjusted the time, But I'm the same guy that I was able to talk to a young kid that just joined the Army from, Brooklyn, New York, from the projects in Brooklyn, and turn around on the same day and talk to the ambassador of the United States in Honduras. So you should be able to do the same, right?
Yeah.
So, but never forget who you are and the foundation and how you got there. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, there's no success that you achieve, in my personal opinion, there's not a one success that I achieved that was of my own making.
Yeah.
Zero.
I love it. Man, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. If you were not taking notes during this entire conversation, you missed a plethora of wisdom and just pure knowledge coming from a person that I know is just downright good people. I mean, I've known this young man for an extended period of time, and he has done nothing but prove everybody who's known him and talked praises about him, he's done nothing but prove us right. And so I promise you, if you don't rewind this and listen to it, you're doing yourself a great injustice. Ed, thank you, brother.
Appreciate it, brother.
You.
Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your efforts. Tell your wife I apologize for taking you away from the family.
You're good. It's all good, man.
Man, listen, blessings to you and your family, brother, and we will talk soon.
Absolutely, man. Take care of yourself. Much love, much respect, man. Like I say, great to see you again, brother.
Same here, my friend.
All right, man.